That's to pay homage to all the COVID-19 victims, family members, first responders, paramedics, doctors, nurses. They're all innocent. Everybody in the world's innocent. We're all innocent. But anyway, this program here is to educate, to entertain, and to offend everybody on the planet at least once. Today's Saturday, August 8th, 2020. I'm just having a little bit of water. I don't know, the times are getting strange anymore. It just doesn't straighten it up, and people are getting upset because they don't have any money. They don't have a job or whatever, and putting a lot of stress on people. And they're always talking, like sometimes I take a look at somebody else's YouTube. Hey, Kevin, what's going on? Somebody else's YouTube channel, and they're talking about the stimulus program. I watched two of them. They're like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes long, and they don't even say one thing. It's kind of like clickbait, I guess it's called. But you go on there. But a lot of people do it, They had, 20,000 views in the first couple hours. Everybody wants their money and they want to know what's going on. So they go to YouTube, and these guys don't know what's going on. Oh, okay. Just watching the live stream. Yeah, yesterday I was talking about Alex Jones. He did break Bohemian Grove and stuff like that. But the thing is, Alex Jones has a lot of good information. He has a lot of good information there. But the thing is, all of it, how do I say? Sometimes he doesn't fact check his stories. That's a problem. Hey, Lacey, what's going on? And here in Idaho, there's Chobani's or whatever. Chobani sued Alex Jones for bad-mouthing him, and I was on the Chobani side because I think it was like 5 years ago or something. There was a rape in Twin Falls, Idaho. This girl, Dylan Baker, hey, Tim, what's going on, Dylan? This lady in Twin Falls, she was 17, 18 years old, and she was dating this guy that was same age, She was going to go out on a date. And when she got in the car, there was 3 other guys besides her boyfriend. And they went out and they raped her. And anyway, Alex Jones covered that story, and he said that somehow it got Chobani involved in this. I don't know how, because I guess it's Sanctuary City or whatever Twin Falls, Idaho is. And he was saying that Chobani was hiring these illegals and some bullshit like that. And I got friends that work there, And I was pissed off about Alex when he said that. But I always call him Alex Jones, alpha mouth Alex Jones. So don't believe everything he says, But he does have a lot of good information. And he did break Bohemian Grove. He went in there and recorded it and showed people what was going on. But I guess Trump, now he's got a lot of rich people because he's going to start charging the rich, What's his name? Jeff Bezos and Tim Cook and Elon Musk and stuff like that, and Bill Gates and stuff. How many billions of dollars do you really need? How many billions of dollars do you really need? Because those guys get tax breaks all the time. So I guess he's going to start taxing those people. And you never know. It's a wonder somebody hasn't killed Trump yet. I have nothing against Trump. He's a lot better than Hillary. I think, anyway. That's just my personal opinion. I didn't vote for him. But, why would anybody even want that job? But to me, he's never tapped out. I haven't seen him go down yet. And he's not getting paid. He doesn't take a paycheck. And now he's going after the rich, the real rich, the rich, The guys that have got billions and billions of dollars. I got mud all over my arm. I was out pulling up some tree stumps today. Got a little bit of sun. There's elms. I don't know if you guys know what elm trees are. They're like trash trees. And if you don't take care of them, they'll just grow and spread, and they're a pain in the ass. But yeah, Trump's trying to make the interest, not interest, I don't know what it is. Make them pay more taxes instead of giving them a tax break. Because how many billions of dollars do those guys really need? It's crazy. It's crazy. And Jeff Bezos, he made like 12 billion or 8 billion or something like that in like a week. some ungodly amount. I don't know how he did that. But yeah, the rich needs to get fined. So anybody got any questions or anything? Because I'm already getting bored. Nah, just kidding. Any questions, any answers? How about you, Lacey? Got a question? Kevin? Okay, what was it? Hey, Tim. Trump has our nation's well-being. He is best interest. I believe that 100%. I do too. You know, I honestly believe that. I didn't vote for Trump, but he did help out the economy. You know, he tried to bring the jobs back from China and shit like that. Because the other presidents before him, they were just giving the other countries anything they want. Okay, say for instance, one of the countries have an earthquake or whatever. We're going to go over there. We're going to help those guys out. If we have an earthquake, are they going to help us out? Hell no, you know. But I think Trump does have the best interests of the nation, you know. And I don't want to say that, but it's a wonder somebody hasn't assassinated Trump. I don't want to say that because a lot of people don't like him. I have nothing against Trump. I don't. All I know is he's better than Hillary. I know that for a fact, you know. And people say he tweets this and that. I haven't read one tweet. I don't even get on Twitter. I don't have an account, so I don't know what he tweets. And if you don't like it, don't read the shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, to me, he's doing a pretty good job. I can't complain. And, you know, I don't know why it's taking so long for the stimulus to get kicked in. You know, it just seems like it's taking forever and ever. To me, I don't care. It'll come soon enough, but there's other people that really need the money. You know, they're going to be getting evicted and, you know, they're really struggling. There's a lot of people out there struggling. And that's sad, sad. And then the debt collector is going to come, start grabbing their shit, you know. Yeah, see, that's what's crazy on the East Coast. When they have the hurricanes and shit like that, they go without power. And then there's more power there that's generated. I don't know why they'd have to go without power. You know, like I said, get the windmills. Yeah, me too. I hope all the heads do roll in Washington. You know, it should have been taken care of long ago. Long ago, they should not have career criminals in the White House. You know, because Pelosi, Schumer, Biden. You know, all of them have been there like 30, 40 years or something like that. They need to get the hell out. You know, there should be a law, 20 years and you're out. And it should be all white, you know. I'm not prejudiced or whatever, but it shouldn't be all white people there. All it is old white males, you know. I didn't think Obama was that great of a president, personally myself. I didn't vote for him, but I think he was better than Mitt Romney, you know. To me, that was hilarious. There's 2 times that politics made me laugh. When the black man beat the Mormon, to me that was hilarious. And the other time is when Trump left Pelosi on the tarmac when she was going to go on vacation when the government was shut down, you know. And there's work to be done, and she was taken off. And Trump shut her plane down. And she's still pissed over that, man. But I'm not into politics. You know, all this shit should have been taken care of long ago. And I don't know. See, like in Idaho, I think they said they paid out $743 million in unemployment already. Okay, to me, at $743 million, we could have did a lot of stuff with it. You know, we could have had free energy. I got so many ideas for free energy. I don't know why we're still using cars and stuff like that. We still got big power bills, and people on the East Coast are without power. You know, it's nuts. It shouldn't be that way, man. We're like 50, 60, 70 years behind the times. We need to get our shit together. Start fixing stuff up. Yeah, my throat is dry. Let's see what else is going on. I don't know, just taxes, you know, the same stuff. So how's everything going in Canada? Pretty good? Oh, I want to tell Lacey hi. She gave me $10 one time, and that was the most money I ever made. Today I looked on how much I made on YouTube. I've been on 10 years. I started 10 years ago. $500. It took me 10 years to make $500. But Lacey gave me $10, and YouTube took out 3, so she gave me $7. So I just want to tell you that. I can, but I really don't want to. I can release more. Let's see. I can. I got a lot of Beatrice videos. I do. I just don't want to because to me it causes trouble. I don't know why. It just does. The last one I put out, which is sniffing carpet fresh. I put that one out because the courts pissed me off. Because when she went to court, they just dropped the charges. They just said let her go. Let's see. Yeah, see, I used to work all the time, always, man. Even on my days off, I'd always work too. The thing about the pandemic and stuff like this, I don't know where you're at, Dylan. I don't know if you're married and got kids. But to me, they need to go back to 8-hour days, because I remember those days, and it was good for people. Because you'd have 8 hours work, 8 hours play, 8 hours sleep, and it was pretty mellow. But now people putting in 12s, the man and the woman's working and trying to make ends meet, but it shouldn't be that way. Either the man goes to work or the woman goes to work. Sometimes the woman can make more than the man now, and sometimes the man is a better caregiver to the kids than the woman, whatever works out with the family. But I think to create jobs, they need to go back to 8-hour work days and try not, if you're single, it doesn't matter, dinks, double income, no kids, it doesn't matter about those guys. But really, they should have a parent at home to take care of the kids. But like if both of them are working and the grandparents are taking care of them, that's fine, But I remember back in the day when it was just 8-hour work days, and life was so much simpler then. Now you work yourself to death and you don't get anywhere. You just get old, an early grave, because a lot of people my age are passing away, and it's sad. Oh, what part of Idaho do you live, Dylan? You see, the bad thing about Idaho, it's a right-to-work state. And I hauled sugar beets for trans systems for 12 years. They don't pay anything. They don't pay overtime at all for truck drivers. They won't pay it because they say it's agriculture. But when you get into the summertime, summer jobs, you're doing road construction, and they still won't pay overtime because they say it's agriculture, and that's bullshit. Because from Twin to Burley, they always do that every year. I worked for Gordon Paving in 1978, 79. Back then I was making $12.88 an hour. It was a government job. That was a lot of money, $12.88 an hour. But the 8 hours a day, they wouldn't give you overtime, try to get you off the job at 5 or whatever. But 32 years later, I'm doing the same job, same stretch of highway, everything. And I was making $12.38 an hour. So I took a 50-cent pay cut 32 years later. It was bullshit. And it's no, the bad thing is Idaho is a right-to-work state. But let's see. Yeah, times are really weird in America, it sucks. Land of the free, home of the slave, like Dylan or whatever. Let's see. I live in Burley. I have talked to you before at your house. I really like you. Show and view. You've talked to me at my house? How old are you, Dylan? That's kind of weird. You talked to me at my house. But yeah, hopefully I do have subscribers in Burley, because I try to straighten people out what I think. You don't have to take my word, and if you can, straighten me out, because that's the only way I'm going to learn. I don't learn by books or anything like that. I learn by my mistakes. So if I make a mistake or whatever, I'll say I'm wrong, and that's the only way I can learn, But I'll try not to teach you guys any bad things. But if I am wrong, tell me, and I'll try to correct it. It's like that one lady or guy who told me right here. Cause see, all these are 666 on the codes, and he said that all of them weren't. And then all of a sudden, I started looking at them. Went nuts for a whole day. Started looking at it. Everyone was 666. And Dylan, where do you work? But I'm glad that I do have a fan in Burley. You know, it's kind of cool. You know, YouTube gives me the opportunity to do this. See, see. Oh, you work at the city of Burley. Okay. How old are you? See, I say a lot of shit about the Mormons, man. Oh, you're a power lineman for the city. Were you from Georgia before? Because I think I might have talked to you outside. But see, I say a lot of shit about the Mormons. There's a lot of Mormons in this area. I talk a lot of shit about it. But see, let's see, I'm 40. Okay, cool. Hopefully your wife. I don't know if your wife's working or not. Sometimes I say shit about the city of Burley too, because I went to pay my bill at the window and they wouldn't wait on me. You know, it's like, what the fuck are they doing in there? And I bitched about that. I did something like that on my podcast too. You know, when people go to the window or whatever, they should have somebody there to wait on you. Let's see. I work with him. His name's Mark. I don't know. I don't know who Mark is. I have no clue. But does your wife work? Like, you probably have kids and stuff, you know. See, honestly, I think I should go back to you only do probably 40 hours in city of Burley. That's probably all you do. But if you do any more, they give you overtime. You know, probably got the fox. Yeah, I know, because what are they doing inside the building, you know? Because you can't go in to pay. I don't know if you can now. You'd have to pay at the window. And you waited and waited. It's like, what are they doing? Yeah, it was the same thing. But yeah, the city of Burley, they probably got good retirement and stuff like that, you know. Yep, that's the way it should be. Yeah, yeah, that's nice, man. That's great, great, great. You know, if you make enough money to take care of your family, your wife should not have to go out to work, because all it does is just add extra stress. Your wife takes care of the family, you know, and that's the way it should be. That's the way all families should be, you know. The wife stays home and cleans house and fixes supper, breakfast, or lunch, and all that. Cleans the house, and you know. But nowadays, vice versa. You know, maybe the wife can go out and make more money than the man, but really it should be a parent working and a parent at home, you know, because it's simpler that way. You know, when both of them are working, you're not getting anywhere. The kids are running amok. Shit's happening. Next thing you know, life has just passed you by, you know. But that's great. I'm happy for you, Dylan. You're blessed. How's it going, the fox? Yeah, I understand that too. You know, at least you do. At least you do love your job. You know, that's a plus. See, I used to drive for Trans Systems. The first 3 or 4 years, I enjoyed my job. I never wanted it to quit. And after that, man, it was hard for me to get to work. I hated that place, man, with passion. You know, I hated it because all they were there for is the money. You know, they had the thing that said safety first or whatever. It's always go get another load. You could be tired or whatever. Go get another load. By last year, I was dozing at the wheel almost every day between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. right around lunchtime or whatever, because I'd go to work at 4:30 in the morning, and right around that time every day, my head would start to nod. And if I'm doing it, there's other truck drivers that's doing it too. You know, because I was in the guards, and you know when stuff like that's going to happen. It's called a Z monster. The Z monster can come and get you at any time. And I was just putting in too many hours and stuff like that. And I'm glad I got out of there. But yeah, I'm glad that you're a fan. I don't know how many of these you've watched of me. You know, I try to keep you going. Yeah, I know. They just push the drivers, you know. Some people don't realize it. Yeah, California's sad, man. You know, it's sad that there's a lot of homeless people. The thing is, they can't afford the rent. They maybe have a good job, but they can't afford $2,500 a month for to pay the rent. You know, and if they do, that means they're at work all the time, and they can't enjoy their apartment or their house or whatever. So they just live in their car because they just can't afford it. Yeah, California's shitty. It sucks. Same with New York and Chicago. You know, it's getting there, and the prices are just going to keep going up, keep going up. Yeah, it's going to spread out through America. See, we're pretty fortunate. Like where we live, Dylan. This is called what is it called? I can't even think of the words. Strategic relocation or relocation. Right here, where we're at, it's the best place to live in the United States. Um, Northern Utah and southern Idaho, along the Snake River, from Salt Lake up here. It's the best place, you know, if you want to live or whatever. Because the other one's got problems, you know. But right where we're at, it's the best place to live in the United States. So we're pretty lucky, Dylan. Yeah. But yeah, California, you know, it's drug infested and stuff like that. That's what's crazy. You know, I know drugs are an addiction. Like when Beatrice was staying here, she was doing drugs and people were saying it's my fault, blah, blah, blah. It's a wonder I didn't go to prison, you know. I could be in prison right now for the shit that she did. And it's sad, it's sad. And all she would have did was laugh. And that's one thing I don't like about the city of Burley either. The prosecuting attorneys, the public defenders, and the judges and shit like that. I like the police. I have no problem with the police officers at all here in Burley. But the other ones, and Carver Fresh, yeah. I did that on purpose, man. She pissed me off. I knew she was going to be out. She's doing shit. Fucking threw that shit and put some Carver Fresh out there. Yeah, twice. In about 3 days, you know. And recorded it. That's even worse. And put it on YouTube. But yeah, before the cops would come here and see, I didn't want her to see her go to prison. I didn't want her to see her go to prison because prison, if you're a drug addict, it doesn't do nothing for you, you know. Drug addicts shouldn't be in prison. Most of them are not violent, you know. They got a problem. They need to go to rehab. But see, she doesn't want to straighten up. That's the problem with some of the drug addicts. They don't want to straighten up. And if they don't want to straighten up, there's nothing you can do for them. But I don't want to see her incarcerated because, yeah, yep. Because they call it a correction institute. They don't correct shit, you know. And it's if she come back, would you take her back? No, I would not. You know, I want her to do another podcast. I want her to do a podcast so she can tell her story again because when she did her story or whatever, she didn't really say too much. But if she does come back or whatever, if I see her, you know, I'm not gonna go look for her. I think she's in jail right now. But I'll let her do another podcast. Go. I got a deck outside, and I'll take my tablet out there, and I'll let her do a podcast. But I don't want her in my house ever again. No, no. You know, I know the truth about her. She does have problems, but crime pays for her. You know. No, even if she sobers up, I don't think I'll let her in my house. I doubt it very much, because she steals. That's the thing. She'll take stuff. You know. Or just damage stuff. She just does it on purpose, you know. Like she'll say, like if I did let her go in here, can I use the bathroom? Yeah, go ahead. And in my mind, I wouldn't even think. Oh, okay. Well, maybe she's not in jail. Yeah, you know. I saw her getting arrested about a week ago for trespassing. Yeah. The thing too is that people, I hate to say this, man, but you know, she'd call old Hispanic guys, and he would bring her beer every day, man, 2 or 3 times a day, 211. Whenever she would call him, he would bring it, and then the other guy would take her out, and then give her money or whatever, You know what I'm saying? And then she'd come home, and then she'd go to the trailer court and get shit. You know, the daily routine, just like a fucking job. You know, she'd do the same thing every day. Get the beer, get the money, get the drugs. Every fucking day. Every day. And it was sad. But I didn't want to see her go into prison. She does need to go into rehab. Is Beatrice Spanish? Yeah. Both of her parents are dead. Her dad got his throat slit at a dance, at a Spanish dance. And her mom passed away from a kidney operation. She had kidney failure. And somebody gave her a kidney. They had the operation and stuff like that. And it didn't work. And both of her parents were dead at an early age. Let's see, my wife bought her a pack of smokes. She was buying the Hurricane. Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy, but I guess, see, after her dad passed away, her mom remarried a white guy. I can't remember his name. Let's see. Yeah, Still Reserve 211. Yeah, she drinks that every day, 2 or 3 a day. See, that's why people say, how could she be so fat if she's on meth? She drinks a fucking gallon of beer a day, a gallon, of Still Reserve. Some people drink that shit and they say they can hallucinate. It's some pretty potent shit. I've never drank it. It's a sad deal. Yeah, it is a sad deal. It is. She doesn't want to change, though. That's the thing. But when both of her parents died, anyway, her dad died. Her mom married another guy, and then she passed away. And she had some other sisters. I don't know if she had 2 other sisters or 3 other sisters. But anyway, when Beatrice's mom passed away, that guy stood up and took care of the kids, Yeah, pasta. Man, I love pasta and I love pizza. Did you know it was her dad? See, I didn't know any of the family. I didn't even know Beatrice till she came to my house. I had no clue who she was because I was always working. I used to drive over the road or whenever I was with trans systems, they're always working, just come home. On my days off, I'd rest one day and clean one day, and that'd be it. But I didn't know who Beatrice even was until she came to my door. And that day, Officer Bernard came to my truck at Mr. Gas on by the freeway or whatever. He came up to my truck and told me, "How do you know these people?" I said, "I don't. I was just giving a ride." And he told me, he said, "Stay away from these people. They're drug addicts. They're druggies." And when a police officer tells you that, I didn't take his advice, but he gave me some good advice at the time. He just went one in and right out the other. And I dropped her off, and she was staying underneath the bridge. And then a couple days later, she came over. That's what I heard. Yeah, I heard her whole family's good. I talked to her sister. See, she's upset that I'm putting these videos about Beatrice up. I've talked to her sister. I've texted her daughters. I text her ex-husband and stuff like that. They're upset. But to me, I have the freedom of speech. I know the truth. I know how she is. I know. See, to her, crime pays. Crime pays for Beatrice. It does. And a lot of people are upset for me to put that on there. But if she would make it right for me, she took something that was precious to me, and if she would give it back, I would take those videos off. You may say, well, all you're doing is trying to get even with her or whatever. She shouldn't have took it in the fucking first place. I gave her a place to stay, and she tore up my house. She stole from me. She brought problems. The police were here once or twice a week. No shit, that many fucking times. And since she's been gone, they've been here one time. I called them one time because somebody was parked on my lawn, and that pissed me off too because I called them and the dispatcher wouldn't send one over, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? You won't send a cop over? And then about an hour and 20 minutes later, I call them up and I tell them. See, I knew her friends with my younger sister. I didn't know who she was now. Yeah, I'd never seen her. But anyway, I called the dispatcher. I said, okay, I don't need them here. Next thing you know, here comes the cops. That's what pisses me off too. When you're a taxpayer and you call the cops and they just fucking blow you off, fuck that. I'll go on YouTube and I'll fucking bitch about it. You know, that's the police. Like I say, I have no problem with the police here, but in the bigger cities, they need to go into anger management. Even here now, everybody across the board, everybody, from the dispatchers to the law enforcement to the jailers or whatever they're called, people that work at the jails, to the freaking mayor, sheriff, deputy sheriff, all of them have to go to anger management for 2 hours a month, or 2 hours a week. Excuse me, 2 hours a week for eternity. In all the cities, they need to go through anger management. You know, most cops are good people, man. They're good people, good people. But there's just some that are just fucking assholes. You know, they may be good to their wives, but when they get out in the public, they may be bad to the public, or vice versa. They could be good to the public when they come home, they bad to their wife and kids and stuff like that. But some people, they just want to carry a gun. Yeah, most cops are good. Like when I was in the guards, there was probably 4 or 5 or 6 cops there, you know, because they had a part-time gig just like me, and most of them are good people. I don't know a bad cop. I've never seen a bad cop, you know. I'd tell them too. I say, yeah, if you ever go on a drug bust, what you need to do, take half the drugs, take half the money, man. I wouldn't have a problem with it, you know, because the drug dealer's going to get whatever they're going to get, or whatever, you know. But I don't think they ever did, but I would just joke around with them and stuff. But yeah, I went to guards with the police officers. Okay, this is what's strange. When I was in the guards, convicted pedophile, I was in the guards with a convicted pedophile, a convicted cocaine drug dealer, I was with one of them, convicted murderer, I was with one of them. And now they even got another one, allegedly, he killed somebody 25 years ago, was in my guard unit here in Kaja right now. So see, the people that were in the guards is day and night, man. You know, school teachers, police officers, probation officers, doctors, lawyers, and stuff like that. And you also have pedophiles, drug dealers, murderers, and shit like that was in my guard unit. It's crazy. No, I did math a long time ago, man. I done math. I did it for 20, 30 years, for reals, you know. And it's a wonder I didn't get fired because I never got a piss test. You know, I was very fortunate. But I didn't get gacked out like those people. But at one time I was addicted. I could not stop. You know, I was addicted. But I wouldn't steal because I was always working. But no, I did it for a long period of time. Cocaine and methamphetamine. Like I'm saying, there was a cocaine dealer at the National Guard. See, that's where I got started. Was from him, because my ex-wife, when her father passed away, he had $60,000, and he had two daughters. Excuse me, my sister and my ex-sister-in-law. Both of them are dead now. But anyway, my ex-sister-in-law got 30, and she went out and put a down payment on her house. My wife, she bought a car, and we started doing cocaine. We did $30,000 in cocaine in a year, because after all the money was gone, she put her car up for collateral. That was gone. She wanted to sell the fucking house. And I said, no, man, enough's enough. Let's just quit. We got to quit. She couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. But that guy that I'm telling you about, when I was at work, he'd go over to my house and get her started. And then she'd go pawn something or whatever, because she could not quit. And finally, we ended up getting a divorce. She got the house. I got my retirement from Simplot and stuff like that. And within 48 hours after she got the money for the house, she was in jail for possession of methamphetamine, and she did 5 years straight. Now that's sad, man. That's a true story. And what's weird about her is she had 3 houses in her life, bought and paid for, 3 different times in her life. You know, she's dead now, but she could not quit drugs either. But no, it was not the first time for me. I've done shit all my life, you know. I think that's how I got off of weed and beer, because when I was a kid, I used to smoke weed and drink beer every day, you know, all the time, and then start doing cocaine. And then all of a sudden, beer's not interesting anymore, or marijuana or whatever, you know. But then I finally got off of that. But I just can't afford to do it. If you can't afford to do drugs, just don't do it, you know. That's the way I look at it. But yeah, that's what screwed up this country, drugs, from the 80s to now the Chicago's just crazy, crazy. Do I know any of the old men? I do, but most of them are working now. Some of them are truck drivers. I don't see too many people in the guards. That's crazy because I don't see any people from the guards anymore. Very seldom. But most of my friends, they're basically like me. They worked all their life, you know, and we just go our separate ways, I guess. But I stay friends with them on Facebook and different stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know what else. But Burley's a good place. It's a good town. I have no problem with it. You know, some of the houses are starting to get a little bit too expensive. I don't know where the people get their money that are coming in, because some of the houses now, they're getting up there a couple $100,000 a piece, and I don't know how people can afford that for a 30-year loan stuff. But my neighborhood's cleaning up. I lived in this neighborhood all my life, except for when I was married. Younger version of Meatloaf, like a bat out of hell, man. Yeah, I feel pretty old, pretty pretty. I don't know, burn out a little bit, but I'm starting to get better shape since I got my eyes fixed. I feel a lot better, because for the last 3 years it's just been a struggle, uphill struggle and stuff like that, because I wasn't working, I wasn't doing anything, just existing. My power was shut off for 9 months or whatever. You know, he looks way older than you. I think he is. Yeah, Meatloaf. But yeah, I learned to live off the grid. I was living off the grid. Let's see. You have some familiar face that reminds me of him, but look healthier though. Yeah, I'm gonna start getting healthier. If I don't pass away because my blood pressure's off the charts. I'm taking pills, but I used to be in pretty good shape. I used to run every day, ride my bike every day, and stuff like that. Good afternoon. How's it going? But yeah, I'm starting to get outside in the mornings. I can't get out there when it's too hot, 100 degrees or whatever. Like my neighbor just pulled up right now. That dude is the best guy in the world, my neighbor. And he's originally from Mexico. He's coming home for lunch, visit with his wife and kids. He goes out, makes the money. His wife stays home, takes care of the kids, takes care of the family. Beautiful kids, beautiful family. They're Hispanic. Both of them originally from Mexico. Both of them are American citizens now. But I depend on him more than anybody. I trust him more than anybody in this neighborhood. And I've been here forever. He's a good guy. And he's coming home lunchtimes, spend some time with his wife, his wife and kids. That's great. That's the way it should be. Somehow we have to go back in time. We have to go back. The future sucks, man. The future, it looks ugly. But personally, I have a lot of ideas where we can get free energy. Not free energy, but it shouldn't cost us what we have, and we need to get rid of all the combustible engines, all of it, man, because the polar ice caps, when that melts off, every day is going to be between 150 and 120, no matter where you're at. It's going to be that fucking hot all the time. And the ice caps will never come back, never. So we have to get rid of the combustible engines. We should never have to pay. Yeah, hopefully we can shape a better future. See, that's the problem. It was all money. It was all greedy. Like right now, they're going to charge you for carbon taxes or something like that. We should not have to pay that bullshit. The thing is, okay, like Elon Musk and stuff like that, when they do go into batteries, it's just like the fracking with the oil. We're still going to use oil for plastic and stuff like that. We just won't use it on the combustible engines. But people like Elon Musk that make the batteries, they need to track those batteries. And instead of a carbon tax, we should have an inspection tax. $10, $15 a year to take care of those batteries or whatever, so they don't decay and go into the groundwater or whatever. We can do it, but I don't know what the fuck we're doing. I have no clue. You like a home provision of meatloaf, but yeah. Okay, I don't know. Tim for president. Yeah. Alice Cooper for president. The thing is, has any of you guys ever watched Zeitgeist? You can't believe everything on Zeitgeist. But watch those movies. Watch the first one. It's called Zeitgeist. That's the best one. They got 3 of them out. And it tells you kind of like how society should be. Yeah, there should be no electric bill at all. We should never have to pay electric bills. Ever, ever, ever. We got wind, we got solar, we got wave, and we got geothermal. Oh, you seen them? Zeitgeist? Yeah, they're pretty good, huh? What do you think? Some of it's bullshit. You got a few good ideas. But to me, like when Obama was here, they had the fans, what they called, wind generators and stuff like that. Free energy for people. Yeah. Why pay for it? It should be free. Like the money that they pay for unemployment here in Idaho. Yeah, it's good and bad, I guess. But I think it was $743 million in unemployment. That's what they paid. Okay, like I was saying, that in Idaho, the wind changes and stuff like that. But the solar, not the solar, but the fans, what are they called? Yeah, I know. See, Trump's trying to put a stop to the rich people now. But like the windmills and stuff like that, instead of like that, because that way he's been doing that for 100 years. We need to change. So like if we layer them in layers, fans, like you have as big as a house, just as big as those fans are, but you have 10 of them high, and you have be run by computers. Computers could do this. Whatever the wind's blowing, it will adjust the fan to it, and you'd have 10 times the energy. I know the grid can't handle it. The grid's fucked up, man, because, the telephone poles, they're rotting out, man. All across the United States, they're rotting out. We need to change the grid. The grid's not working. So we have to have these big generators. I mean, not generators. Battery packs and stuff like that everywhere. Just like they put up 5Gs, they need to put up charging stations. But like I'm saying with the wind generators or whatever, they need to have charging stations there with semis. So instead of shutting the fans off, the turbines or whatever, shutting them off, you charge batteries. Because here in Idaho, when the wind picks up so much, they shut those down. Because I go to Idaho Falls, I used to haul beets. Go to Idaho Falls, you see some of them down. You think 5G's harm? I do, in a way. Okay, this is how I think. Okay. It's getting worse. Because like in the 80s, like I told you before, I was in tanks and I could hear white noise and stuff like that. It's called white noise. We used to call it space music. Okay, not everybody can hear this, but some people are hearing it all over around the world. More and more people are hearing it. And if you tell a doctor, I hear stuff, they think you're fucking crazy. What it is we're having more frequencies getting into the atmosphere. It's bleeding into the reality, our reality. See, like what I hear, it's like a radio station. You cannot turn it up, you cannot turn it down. It's a really low frequency of a radio station, like commercials and shit like that. I don't hear nothing fucking evil, But some people hear stuff, and then they tell their doctor, and the doctor says, oh, you're fucking crazy, man. You need to take these fucking medications. No, it's the frequencies that people are fucking hearing. The 5G, I don't know if it affects animals or birds or bugs or whatever, but they used to have like these little things that you plug into your house to get rid of your rats and termites or whatever. So I'm not for sure about 5G. I don't know. But the frequencies, I do hear like white noise. Okay, see, some people, it's getting more and more popular throughout the world. I heard it in the 80s. You don't want to tell people you fucking hear noises or voices or whatever because they'll think you're fucking crazy. It's not voices, it's frequencies, And if you tell a doctor, he's going to fucking give you some sort of prescription, some sort of psychotropic drugs or something to fuck you up. They'll think you're crazy, but you're not. It's bleeding. Actually, the older night, I heard a loud noise going through the air. Yeah, some people hear that stuff. They hear booms, like underground or something like that. But they do have tunnels. Was it normal? Well, I don't know what you heard. I don't know, you know. To me, I hear like a radio station, you know. That's what I hear. And more people around the world are hearing that. And I think it's because everybody has a cell phone. You got all that going out. You got CBs. You got radio stations, you know, free-to-air TV stations. You got everything, you know. A lot of stuff's going out in the air. And there's no wires connecting it, you know. So it's out there somewhere. It's out there in the atmosphere somewhere. And some of it's bleeding through, you know. And it's weird. It doesn't bother me. I know what it is, you know. I'm not crazy. But other people, you know, all around the world, people are saying they hear stuff like that. But it's normal, you know. But if you tell a doctor, they're going to put you on some sort of drugs. But I don't know about 5G. I don't know. All I just know that there's more and more frequencies. They have tunnels underground that go from Washington to the UK. The whole plane could fit into these tunnels. Yeah. They have tunnels everywhere, you know. Yeah, if you go to Missouri, go on the internet, go to Missouri, even truck drivers, they got a tunnel in there that you can go with the speed limit, whatever it is, 35, 45 miles an hour, for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and not even get to the other end. And it's a storage place, for reals. Everybody should know about this one, because it's in Missouri. I can't remember the name of it. I've never been there, but I know truck drivers that's been there. I know quite a few truck drivers that's been there. They got tunnels in Salt Lake. They even have a tunnel under the temple. They have a place there for the bishop and, not the bishop, but the prophet and all that shit. They got tunnels there. NSA in Salt Lake, they have tunnels. Yeah, there's tunnels everywhere. You know, you can live underground easy. For reals, yeah. But yeah, look up Missouri, and it'll blow you away. Because they put semis in there. They have traffic stops. They have stop signs and stuff like that. It's crazy. What prophet? The prophet of the church. No, for reals, there's a underground bunker or whatever, just in case some shit happens for the prophet, for reals. And his family, and probably the 12 monkey spankers below him and their family. That's how big it is. Yeah. But see, that's what people think at the end of days. Up here where we're at, nothing's going to be able to grow. The sun's not going to come out at the end of days. That means when the sun goes down, that's the end of a day. The sun's going to come out, but you won't be able to grow crops or whatever. And all these people are going to go underground. I think it's Nelson now. The other guy died, Munson. I think his name was Munson. He passed away a year ago or whatever. I think it's Nelson. Yeah, I'm talking about the Mormon Church, yeah. But they do have an underground thing, for reals, for reals. I know somebody that's been there, and I trust this person very well. You know, he's got his own cook. The prophets got their own cook, their own vegetables, whatever, you know. Because some people probably poison them just like the President of the United States or whatever. You know, people are crazy. But yeah, Kevin, look up Zeitgeist. You know, you don't have to believe everything. But it's like, what's his name? George Carlin. Listen to him. He's funny, man. But he'll tell you, too, about the politics. Whatever he says about the politics is true. Churches, stuff like that. Just punch in the big club. You're the Antichrist? Of course, yeah. The Antichrist, yeah. Everybody knows the Antichrist. You know, it's people that are against God or whatever. You know, that's what the Antichrist is. It's people that are against it, against God. See, I'm against religion. Yeah, because to me, in the Bible it says, "Be aware of false prophets," which I know the Mormon Church is a false prophet. I know that for a fact. You know. They even have the same sign as Church of Satan in San Francisco. The same sign, pentagram, you know, upside down pentagram on the temple in Salt Lake. You know, I'm not bearing false witness against the Mormon people because they are good people. They just don't know because they go to church every Sunday. They dress nice. They wear their underwear. They believe blah 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 blah, but they don't know the truth because they don't get up high enough to know what the fuck's going on. But if you watch Mormon stories, John DeLynn, he will tell you about a lot of stuff. You know, people getting out and stuff like that. And I can't remember this guy's name, but anyway, he's out of Twin Falls, Idaho. He invented word perfect. He was gay and he was LDS. Let's see. That's sketchy, kind of the Freemason. Yeah, it is. What the hell's his name? Joseph Smith was a Freemason. Yeah, that's where it started. I can't tell you stuff. LOL. Oh yeah, because you're a Mormon. Yeah, you can't tell that. See, that's what's too weird. They can't tell you what's going on in the church. Okay, in the Bible it said they ripped the veil from the top to the bottom. So whatever happens in church, everybody should know. And the thing is, I know people that are Mormons. They won't tell me what's going on in the church. That's all that's around here. I got a lot of Mormon friends. They're good people. They're just brainwashed, you know. And they won't tell me nothing, man. They won't tell me what goes on in the temple. But I have other friends that's been to the temple that's told me a lot of shit, you know. And it's crazy. It's crazy, you know. But before they passed an ordinance, you know, like maybe 40 years ago or something like that, back in the 70s, I think the 70s or 80s, what was going on in the church, if you told what was going on in the church, if you said anything about what was going on in the church, they'd take your thumb, okay, cut your throat, rip out your heart, and disembowel your gut. But look at September Dawn. Let's see. They have rooms in the temples they don't want people to know about. Yeah, I know. For reals. See, that's where they do the second anointing. The second anointing, if you go through the second anointing, all your sins are forgiven. Past, present, and future. They have rooms, not even sacred rooms, but they have kind of like a motel where they have couples go in there and spend the night. You know, it's like a motel room. There's a lot of rich people that are Mormon. There's the guy that owns Blue, the jet airline, motel room. I can't remember the name of the motel. He's rich, you know. That guy that invented word perfect, he was a millionaire. He was gay. He got out. You know, he was rich. There's a lot of rich people. But yeah, they can't tell you what's going on in the church. And if they're a true church, they want you to know everything. They'd let you know everything that's going on. It would not keep a secret. See, like we're going through the Revelations. Revelations means to reveal, you know. And none of the churches are doing it because they're not a true church. None of them, you know. All of them are just bullshit. It's crazy. But the second anointing, they forgive. Cool, yeah. They forgive your sins, past, present, and future. Look up the second anointing. If you wonder who did it, it's like Tom Burton or something like that. Yes, it's a cult. You were Mormon, right, Juan? You were Mormon at one time? But if you go in there and you look up Rector, her dad was not Quorum of the 12, it's like the 70, I think, some of the 70s. But she, after her husband died, see, he used to bring me fruit and stuff. I used to like that, yeah. See, I had nothing against the missionaries, you know. They used to come over here all the time. I used to visit with them. I have nothing against those people at all. It's the higher ups that I have a problem with, the higher ups. Because the people that are in the church, it's like anything. Like if you had a 1,000,000-man army and 1,000,000 people were given 10% of what they made, plus time, whatever time you wanted, to give that, you know, of course they're going to have millions and millions of dollars. And they don't pay taxes. They don't pay taxes, you know. And they have lawyers and stuff to cover up pedophilia. It's nuts. And really, they're not the true Mormons. The LeBarons down in Mexico are the true Mormons. They're the true Mormons. You know, they still believe in blood atonement, and they still believe in plural marriages, and they live that way. You know, and there's nothing wrong with it. That's what they believe. You know, but see, the Mormons here, whatever the government tells them, you know, like if they didn't give blacks the priesthood or whatever, see, that's discrimination. If it's discrimination, they take away their 501(c), I think it's called. They have to pay taxes because they're not a church. Same with the gays. Like 2 or 3 years ago, I gotta go. Okay. See you tomorrow. Okay. I'm about ready to go too, man. This is too much. But anyway, if you look on the YouTube, there's a girl. She was a lesbian at 12, 13 years old. And they always do testimony in church. And she got up and she said that she was a lesbian. She was attracted to other young girls like her age or whatever. And are you leaving too? I'm talking to myself. But anyway, as soon as she got up to give testimony, they shut the mic off, you know, because you shouldn't give testimony in church about being a lesbian or whatever. So they shut it off. A year later, or 2 years later, they passed a law that gays have the rights of anybody else, you know. So they have to let gays in the church and stuff like that. But if you look it up, I'm not leaving. I'm here with you. I'm going to be leaving though. But yeah, look it up. The little girl in the Mormon church, when she got up and gave testimony, and they shut her mic off because she said that she was a lesbian, and she was proud to what she is. See, I don't understand that stuff. I don't understand it at all. Back in the day, in the Mormon church, they used to put electrical devices on guys' testicles if they said that they had gay same-sex attraction or whatever it is. Well, that's where they're supposed to go. It's Zoloft. Well, that's a Koloff. You have to be on Zoloft to get the Koloff. And a lot of them are on drugs too, a lot of them. But see, they have to let the gays in now, because if they don't, they take away the 501(c)(3) because it's a law. And if they don't let them in, they have to pay taxes. So whatever the government tells them to do, they have to do. But the people in Mexico, the liberals, they do whatever they want. You know, they probably own that town, you know. They have guns and stuff. In Mexico, you're not supposed to have guns, but these guys do, you know. And they're good people too. I have nothing against them, you know. It's what they believe. But a lot of different religions branch off from the Mormons. Start their own religion. You get out there, and it's crazy. The Mormons are crazy enough as it is. Look up September Dawn. That's a true story. When the settlers were going through Utah, southern Utah, the Mormons went out there and they killed them. 120 men, women, and children. They kept the kids below the age of accountability, but everybody else they slaughtered. It's a true story. It's called September Dawn, and it really actually happened. Or look up Mountain Meadow Massacre. Just punch it in, Mountain Meadow Massacre, and you could even Google it, Google Map, and it will show you the monument in southern Utah where they did kill 120 men, women, and children for reals. And only one guy went to court, and they executed him. They put him in front of a firing squad. But the only way they found out is like how the stuff that's coming out now, like the second anointing and shit like that. People leave the church, they get kicked out of it for some reason. So one of the guys that was in on the massacre, he got kicked out. So he went to the authorities, and they did an investigation 20 years later, and the truth came out that they did kill that many people, you know. And they made a movie. It's called September Dawn. But look up Mountain Meadow Massacre and put it on Google Map, and it'll take you right to the place. Right to the place. They have a monument there. But anyway, I got to go too. But anyway, this is Lunch with the One-Eyed Fat Man. Stay straight, stay strong. God bless. And thanks a lot, Dylan. I didn't know people from Burley would listen to me. But if I'm giving wrong information, please help me out. And see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.